I don't even know how to begin this video. I really don't know. Like, it is another video of me talking about Team Rumble. Like, at this point, I really feel like people want me to stop making these, and I don't blame people because I don't want to keep making these videos, but the game mode keeps calling back to me to make more content on this. And I know a lot of you like seeing this because I've been doing this series for over a year now, almost 2 years at this point. So, hey everyone, what's up? Siri Minotaur here. Welcome to my Chapter 4 Season 1 Team Rumble rant video. As there was some changes that were done, there was like a few changes, but it's all really bad changes that almost no one asked for. Now, I gotta be honest with you here, Chapter 4 right now, I'm very much enjoying this season so far. I really think that this is one of my favorite launch seasons, most definitely. I don't know if it's gonna beat Chapter 3 for me, Chapter 3 Season 1, but I feel like this could definitely beat it, especially with how the updates have been going. And, well, you might have been noticing in some of my videos, I've been playing a lot of Team Rumble recently, and it actually has to do with, well, a few things, because I wanted to do a little bit of gameplay, just have the new map in the background and things like that. That's the only reason why I've been using Team Rumble gameplay for my videos recently. So let's just hop right into it. Let's just continue ranting about stuff that honestly I don't even know what to really say. Like if you don't know, I've already said what I needed to say about this game mode, as it is a big pile of dog shit. So let's just hop right into it. So I wrote down some things that I very much noticed in the recent changes of Team Rumble. The first negative, which I have to say here, because honestly, there really wasn't any positives, I gotta say. And that's actually, they decided to revert the llamas again. Yep, there are no llamas once again in Team Rumble. Now, I do know that there is a Rift event, which is like this new thing that they added for Chapter 4, that does spawn 3 llamas in one area. I don't know if Rift events are in Team Rumble, but I do think they are, so there is a possibility for you to get llamas, but again, why the hell remove llamas, Epic? Like, again? Really? Mats are gonna be even more difficult to get. Like, I was almost close enough to make a video about this, like, on the first week of the season. I am not kidding when I say that. I was literally close about, like, making a video talking about Team Rumble and them just removing llamas again. And the reason why was because mats at the very beginning of Chapter 4 were fucking terrible. Especially for Brick. Like, I'm very happy that they buffed it up, thank goodness, because I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but it still really doesn't change the fact that it's gonna take so long to get mats again in Team Rumble. You're gonna be basically just looting more. Like, oh my god, Epic. Who thought that was a good idea to remove llamas yet again from Team Rumble when they're perfectly fine in the game mode? Now, my second issue has got to be the NPCs. If you don't know, there are no NPCs in Team Rumble. They actually were in Team Rumble in Chapter 3 Season 3 for about 3 weeks, and then they decided to remove them. I don't know why, don't ask me, because I don't think anyone really has an answer for that question whatsoever on why NPCs were removed or just added back for 3 weeks into Team Rumble back in Chapter 3 Season 3. This also kind of brings up like the weird point here is like, why do you not have NPCs but you have the bosses that drop the mythics? It just doesn't add up, you know? I guess that's the best way of me putting it. It's like, what the fuck is the point of having the bosses? Because last season there was the Herald, that was the boss on there, and you could actually get her mythic on that map. This season obviously is the Ageless, and like, what's the point of having that on the map and saying that's perfectly fine to have mythics on the map and mythic bosses, yet you can't have NPCs? That's just weird to me. That is absolutely strange and just doesn't really make sense in my opinion. The next thing here has got to be the sweats. So now the sweats have been ruining this game mode ever since Zero Build came into play, which I said it in my last video. I'm not going to blame Zero Build for the reason why Team Rumble's been sweaty. I'm actually more or less just like, here's the thing. A lot of people do get more better at games over time, and that's going to happen with every single game, you know, ever made. Especially for a live service game like Fortnite, for example, there's going to be people who are going to get progressively better over time. I feel like I've gotten a lot better at the game as I've been playing the game for a little over 5 years now. And I've got to be honest with you here, the sweat players in this game mode are just some of the most embarrassing people I have ever seen in here. They're not as embarrassing as something we're going to talk about a little later, because, I got something to really just unload the bowels of shit on what I'm going to talk about. But the sweat players are still ruining this game mode. They're still being extremely toxic, laughing on you and taking the L in a game mode that doesn't even count for fucking wins, which is so fucking embarrassing. Like, why do you have to be toxic and you also have to sweat harder than arena players and creative warriors in a game mode that doesn't even count for fucking wins? Like, what is the point of it? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, these people have lower IQs than my fucking dogs, okay? Like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Like, if they're going on to, like, warm up, I guess that's fine. But if you're gonna play the game mode 24/7, just so that then you can try to get, quote, better at the game, it's not really gonna work, man. I feel like they do it because there's no skill-based matchmaking in here. That's honestly probably the reason why they, obviously, when they go in this game mode, that's why they most likely play it. With the sweats ruining this game mode, there's a lot of people still leaving the game mode as it's still pretty boring. Like, it has nothing to do with Chapter 4, I can tell you that right now, because Chapter 4, as I said earlier in the very beginning of this video, I am very much enjoying Chapter 4, don't get me wrong. I actually really like how they've been handling this chapter so far, and just the very first season of Chapter 4 in general. But here's the thing, it has to do with the game mode. The game mode, I feel like, is so outdated now. Because, like, there's really nothing to really do anymore in here other than just to do challenges. Which, I'm not complaining about challenges being available in here. I do think that is a good thing. But they need to really revamp that entire system to make it so that it counts at the end of the game instead of counting as soon as you got it done. I guess the best way of me putting it here is this. You show the prompt on screen saying that you got done the challenge, but the XP does not get granted to you until the game ends. That there is how I would do it. That would make a lot of people, like, stay in the game, actually have fights in here, and actually, you know, have fun in the game mode. Because I gotta be honest with you here, some of the games which I've been playing in Team Rumble have been really fun this season. It's just too bad that there's so many people still leaving the game mode because of the very flawed system that Epic implemented into here, which is just really bad. But speaking of which, we gotta talk about my biggest problem with this game mode, and that is the loot pool. We gotta first talk about the gray and green weapons in here, the uncommon and common weapons. They are still in here after over a goddamn year of them being floor loot and chest spawns. As I've said in my previous video, it makes a lot of sense for them to be in the inventory, but not as floor loot and chest spawns. Why the fuck are they even in here? Like, what's the point, Epic? The loot pool, when it comes to, like, the variants that you can get, it's fucking terrible still. It's still really difficult to get good guns unless if you get, like, a key or, like, get something from fishing or even, like, some of the perk stuff, for example. Like, some of them give off, like, bows and combat shotguns. Like, really? Really? I will say, I do like the weapons that you spawn in with this time around. They actually made the Scar a green version, which is really strange to even see that. But they also made the heavy shotgun as an exclusive to this game mode from what I've seen. That's very interesting. I do like the heavy shotgun and how they implemented it in here, and I guess it kind of makes sense for it to be in the inventory, but I don't know if they're going to change that. I don't know if it's going to be a permanent thing or not, but only time will tell. But I still gotta say it here, the loot pool is still fucking garbage in this game mode, but there is one thing that is utterly destroying this game mode. And as this video recording, it actually did recently get vaulted, and that is the RPG. Epic decided to bring back the RPG in Team Rumble, and honestly, I felt like that was one of the dumbest and worst decisions that they have ever done. If you don't know why this was a really bad decision for them to unvault the RPG, especially in Team Rumble, it has to do with the players that use these. Essentially, what they would do is that when they die, they have an RPG, they go up to a random player, shoot themselves on the ground, killing themselves and the player next to them so that then they can get kills. And they do it over and over and over and over again, which is so fucking annoying and absolutely embarrassing because you know those players absolutely suck balls at the game because they can't actually get kills with an actual gun, so they have to use an RPG and shoot themselves with it, which is fucking stupid. I am very happy at the very least it did get removed, but here's the thing. During the first week of the season, it was plaguing this game mode, and honestly, it is the worst thing that they have done to the game mode. I don't think this was a good idea to bring back the RPG, and as this video recording, they did actually vault it, as I said earlier, and they replaced it with the snowball launcher because as this video recording, we are in Winterfest. It honestly makes sense, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they just brought it back again. But here's the thing. Keep it out of the fucking game mode. Keep it out of this shit, because honestly, it is fucking destroying this game mode, and the players that use it are fucking pussies. But let me all know down below in the comment section, what do you think of this season's Team Rumble? Do you like it or hate it? Let me all know down below. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did happen to enjoy, consider subscribing to the channel, turn notification bell so we don't miss any more new videos from me, as I do upload weekly. Drop a like on the video if you did happen to enjoy this video. I also have a Twitter that is @SnoopMinotaur on Twitter if you want to go follow me. I really hope this is the last video I make on Team Rumble. I'm being honest with you. This game mode sucks. Thank you all so much for watching. I love every single one of you, and peace out, everyone.